Gosh, hold on.
Oh
Dang it.
no, can we start over again?
Yes,
In
start over.
5, 4, 3,
I'm still never ready.
2,
Thank you for being
1,
a friend. Can I sing that
0.
during the intro now?
Yeah,
Thank
only
Yeah.
you. I don't know the
15
rest of
seconds.
the song. Sandy, help me. Thank you
I
for
told you
being
you
a
should have told me
friend.
sooner. I would have dug up some
I just thought
lyrics.
about it. Darn it. We'll do it for Friday. Oh, we can do it for Friday's episodes. That'll be the little treat.
Okay.
We'll sing the theme song.
Can't wait to sing
Why
for
can
Yeah.
everybody.
I can never find the video.
Good evening, everyone. It's
Hi,
because I
everybody.
started pinning videos to the top of the screen, so you got to scroll under that now. I started doing that about a couple weeks ago.
And this one
Okay.
was actually really easy for me to find. I'm shocked.
Thank you. What's up,
Oh
David?
my
How's it going?
goodness.
Hope you're
That's
doing
the.
well, man.
Oh, there I
I
am.
was trying to go into your show last night, but I had my kids, and someone called me up and was like in dire need of assistance. You know, you ever got those calls sometimes, guys, where like someone calls you up, they text you, right, and they're like, "Can you talk?" And you're like, "I got about here in about
Hi,
4 or 5 minutes,
David.
yeah." And then I got on the phone, and I mean, he was just needing some help. Poor guy, and he was just
Like
bawling.
customer service, IT, or personal?
No, personal. Like, so I sometimes think I'm a life coach myself when I'm really not, because people call me and ask me to help, and all I do is really listen to them, and then when I'm done listening to them, I just be like, okay, so do you really want me to help you out or not?
Right. So did you want some input or
No, and Sandy, that honestly, that's a great question. I think everyone who wants to help people out, they should ask them that. You should ask, do you want me to give you some input, or did you just need me to listen to you? And then you guys should be okay to answer that question when people ask you, because sometimes you just need someone to listen to you, and that's okay.
so
So
my
just
clue if I need something like, so what do you think?
rewind that again. What am I doing again?
What
I
is
said,
like-
so the clue that I'm going to give you if I need some input is I'm going to say, what do you think?
Oh, I see. That's your cue.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Okay, I'll try to remember that. Yes, that's actually
He
very
asks
helpful.
you, what do you think?
Right.
Because I'm ready. I got plenty of, like, I'm already thinking of advice and I'm probably not even listening to what you're telling me.
You know what? And that's it took me like 5 or 7 years to figure out how to stop doing that.
I still haven't figured
Sandy's like, you're supposed to figure that out?
It's
Yes.
going to take me maybe another 5 to 7 years to finish.
I am not kidding you. 5 to 7 years to finally figure that out and stop all my preconceived thoughts that I want to share. Just be like, I'm straight up listening mode.
I
Yeah.
try my hardest, but I'm like, I'm getting, like, if my friend is angry, I'm angry too. Like,
Yeah.
See, but so here's the thought to that: is if you're both angry, who's helping someone out?
well, we're angry together.
And if
Yeah.
that's what they want, then that's okay. But sometimes that's why I say go back to what do you need from me? Do you and do you need me to be angry with you? Do you need me to listen to you? Do you need me to give you some input?
Yeah. Yes. All the
Right.
above.
Most everybody is going to get something from me. So if you're going to tell me something, it's because I'm going to tell you something back.
Right. For
Like,
real. though.
this ain't a one-way street.
So you're
Ah.
lucky if I'm listening.
Yeah.
So you're just lucky if I'm listening.
You guys are horrible. You know, the guys, listen, they talk all this noise, but I can't tell you the number of times I've called them up with just like random stuff and serious stuff, and they're like, "Man, I'm sorry. What about this?" And yet, so they talking a big game right now. Okay.
This is
I'm
my
gonna let 'em talk
this is
that.
my on-air persona. So people
Right.
also think that I sleep all the time. So that's
And
okay.
you
I was gonna say, I don't know.
and that's correct.
Yeah, they're not far off the spot on that one.
Not all the time. Not all the
All right.
time.
So listen, I want to give a shout out real quick for our business of the day.
Go ahead, do it.
All right, cool. So I want to give a shout out to a buddy of mine up here in Bloomington Normal who takes photographs. Joe, I think you'd appreciate that, right?
I would.
So Rashad Taylor Photography. He's actually he works for one of the bigger businesses, one of the Fortune 500 companies up here in town, and but he does photography. And here's just some of the shots that he's done. That's his little kiddo right there. Well, he's not little anymore.
Nice.
So, yeah,
He-
and that's his beautiful wife, Marianne. She is a good friend, very good friend. So anyway, if you guys are looking for a photographer up here in Bloomington Normal area, come give Rashad a shout out. You can find his information on his Facebook page, which I'll be happy to share after the show. But you can see some of his information right here. So if you want to reach him, his number's 309-212-0341. Really good guy, really great guy. Just personally knowing him, I like him a lot. And so I hope that you guys, if you need someone to get some photos of you, reach out to him. Okay.
I like his style. So you can definitely tell a style right away whenever you're
Yeah.
scrolling through those. Other than the black and white part, you can see that there's a definite style. So that's one thing for like new photographers. That they don't know how to develop their own style, and you can definitely see that he has a style to his
Or
work.
he's
So,
developed.
yeah, he's developed. Very cool. Very cool. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Awesome. So how was you guys? Use Utes.
Oh my god.
Oh my!
How are you,
Did he
Stay?
just say use guys?
He said use guys. This is like the third time he said use guys. I'm not counting.
We say y'all around here. These
Right.
pots, partner.
Are you talking to us or the
Yeah.
audience?
Y'all.
I'm trying to
Y'all.
think. My day was kind of lame, actually.
Oh,
I didn't do anything.
nothing exciting.
Oh, I take that back. We started watching Superman. We rented it, and then I didn't get to finish it, and I almost fell asleep just because
Which-
I'm getting old now. Yes.
Which
Yeah.
Superman? Like the
1979 Superman.
with Christopher Reeve?
Yes.
Nice.
I love
Oh.
that. I love
Right?
it.
Sandy, I have Superman the theme popping up on my Spotify list all the time, and girl, when that thing comes on, like my family will be trying to. I'm like, shh, and I gotta turn it up, crank it up, loud as I can possibly go. My wife gets mad. I'm like, I don't care. You can't take me down with this song.
Right. I'll take you down.
You ain't got no kryptonite. You ain't got no kryptonite.
It'll work after the songs play, but
Right, exactly.
I mean, chanclas, they just fly off me too when that song plays. So
But that's it.
Man.
That's all we did. How about you guys?
Well, so speaking of photography, I have an app of the day, and today's app, and it just was released 3 days ago. It's called
wow.
Photoshop Camera.
Oh,
So if you're looking for another app with filters and little ways to play with your photos, here's one more. But it's actually by Photoshop and Adobe, and so it's really cool. It's free. There are some in-app purchases, but I have a subscription already, so I don't have to pay, but there might be some filters that you might have to pay for it. So if you are one of my Facebook friends, you can see my new profile pic, and I did that with the
Saw that
Photoshop
before.
Camera app. Yeah. So it was pretty cool. I was like, oh, I'm going to try this and see what this does and kind of go from there. And so that was cool.
what kind of subscription do you have to have so you don't have to pay for that?
So the cheapest one to go for Photoshop and Lightroom is $10 a month.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have the one, but I have the big one. But most photographers just need the Photoshop and Lightroom one. So that one's what I would suggest starting
Cool.
out. It's like, yeah. And then if you shop around, sometimes certain things will give you a free 1-year subscription to it. So it just depends. And I'm not sure which products, but some camera manufacturers and stuff like that will have some type of products like that. So
Oh, awesome.
it's
Good
pretty
deal.
cool. But as far as my day, I actually got to work, and I had to work.
Like serious work?
It
Out
was,
in a sweat?
I was like, man, I was there till like 5:30. I was like, I don't ever stay this late. I'm like waiting on emails, shooting proposals out to people, and then, oh man, it was annoying.
You were
It was
there
Really?
till
annoying.
5:30?
Yeah.
man, that sounds like almost like shooting emails to people, proposals. You sound like an executive almost.
Right. I know, right? That's not me,
Yeah.
y'all. That is not me. Even though it says Chief Operating Officer on my
Right.
on my tag, on my email
That's
signature.
just for show.
That's just for show. That's just so I can say something cool when people meet me. But I'm not about that life, y'all. Not about it. How was your
Really?
day, Mr.
You
Pina?
are.
Because if I was, I'd be up a lot earlier.
So you said you were there till 5:30 and you got there at 2:30?
Yeah, something like that. No, I actually got there at 11:30.
Oh.
So 11:30 to 5:30. Yeah. And I only did like 10, 15 minutes for lunch. These people,
That's it?
they're trying to
That's
hurt me.
it? What'd you do? Breathe air?
Yeah. Well, someone brought me, but I was working while I was eating, so I wasn't really just sitting back or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, you never do that.
We'll allow it.
I was able to go to work, and I'm very grateful for having a job that I can work at.
Amen.
And in other news, I took baby Pineapples to her horseback riding lesson tonight, her second one of the year. So
Did you take mosquito spray for her?
Yes, thank you, Sandy. Actually, we were like, before we left, we were like, I was like, did you take your allergy medicine? Did you get your mosquito spray? You got your helmet? You got your boots?
Right, exactly.
Mount up. I was
All
like,
the
let's
above.
go, little renegade.
All
that's
of
so
the
cute.
above.
Yeah. So we got out there. She was
You
jamming
should've said
out
regulator.
with her horse.
Regulators.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
I didn't mean renegade. Regulator.
I was like, wait, isn't that one of them songs?
I'm gonna
that's going
save it for
around?
next week. I'm gonna save it for next week.
Renegade. I
So-
don't know. Hey, Jamie.
Anyway, yeah.
Who do we have on the show tonight?
Guys, so I like how we kind of did this episode because we're bringing back a very special guest. He was one of our earliest guests, and it was a pleasure having him the time he came before. It was really fantastic. He is an actor, and so I thought it was
Bona
appropriate-
fide actor. He's a
Bona
bona
fide.
fide actor.
legit. Okay,
Not like me that acts like I sleep all the time, but
yes.
Right.
bona fide.
Wink, wink.
Give him an Emmy for that sleeping.
But no, so this guy, I'm gonna save everything for the stuff that he does. But guys, I want to tell you, like, I'm really excited about some of the projects that he's been working on and is working on, and that we're gonna get to see him on. I'm hoping that, when the movie theaters open up and everything else, that we'll get to see some of his stuff there. And if you're at home, you're gonna get to be able to see some of his stuff at home too. Anyway, it's all cool. So without further ado, we're bringing back a very special friend, Robert Spencer, for episode 2 of the Actor episode.
Nice. Yeah.
Hi, Robert. Welcome back.
Thank y'all so much for having me.
Robert, so man, I'm gonna put Joe away real quick. Look, I just kind of tried to hype you up, but it's hard to hype a person up about the projects they have working on when we want you to say it and tell the audience some of the things that you are working on, or some of the things that you're most excited about for this year. I know you've got a lot though, right? So
Yeah. So last year I was in. I finally am able to talk about it because theaters are opening up, and this movie's finally going to be able to be shown in theaters. But went to Miami last year. Spent 2 months there filming a role for a basketball movie called Sweetwater. Didn't know how to play basketball. All my homies way back when know that I don't know how to play. Well, I didn't know how to play. Now I do. So I've got Sweetwater. I'm not looking at games like
He goes, I can dribble, okay? I can dribble, and I can look like I'm shooting. Yeah.
Joe. Now we can talk about it, Joe. So tell them about how I just showed up to the photo shoot.
Right. Yeah, so he was helping me with the photo shoot, and he had his basketball, and I was like, okay, so I just want you to dribble between your legs. And he's like, Joe, I can't do that.
I wasn't there yet. We had barely started training camp for the role. I was like, I can't do this. I barely learned how to dribble, bro.
I was like, what?
I was like, I just came with the basketball so I could pose with it, and then that's it.
Right. So now you can dribble between the legs. And, okay, good.
get it. Look at you.
Well, it wouldn't take him that long. He is an athlete. Whether or not he played basketball or not is a different story, but he is an athlete. So it's not like
Because you're more football, right, Robert? If I remember correctly.
Yes.
Okay.
So Robert, your mom's on here. She says, "Woohoo, my son Robert Spencer."
yeah.
Gotta appreciate mama supporting you there. Sorry. Go. Man, so there's people, actually, there's a lot of people who's just giving you shout outs. Your mom's giving you some
I think
more love.
mom is giving him all.
Mary Martinez says, hello, mijo. David.
She's outside.
Right.
Oh, she is?
Yeah. What's up, bro?
Yeah. So Sweetwater, is that like the name of the city or the team, or can you give us any more information?
That's the name. That's the name of the team. I kind of come in. What can I talk about? Because she told me not to say a lot.
You know what? I found this on IMDb. There's like 1 or 2 sentences right here about it. Can I read it since it's public?
Yeah.
And so here it says, in the fall of 1950, the game of basketball changed forever when Nat Sweetwater Clifton entered the NBA. The story of the first African-American contracted to play in the NBA.
Is that
That's all it
you?
says.
Are you Nat? Shut your face, man! Get out of here!
That's so awesome.
That is awesome.
I'm not saying no more. He read it. I am not denying nor confirming until it is in theaters.
Right.
Okay, so when is
No,
it expected to be out?
It was projected to come out in July of this year, but with the
Everything.
COVID happening, everything got pushed back. They're saying maybe early winter. So I'm just thankful to even have been a part of the project. Going from somebody that really didn't know a lot about basketball, didn't really watch it a lot, to now earning a lot of knowledge with it, and the preparation for the role, and then just being over there in Miami was truly a dream come true, and something that I really learned from. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Cool.
Well, and
Yeah,
that's
Robert.
so you didn't really have to do all the fancy stuff because basketball back then was way different than it is now. So
I didn't have to do. One of the things that I had to really learn was holding a basketball out with my hands. My hands aren't really big, so it took a lot of the time. That took like about 3 weeks, honestly.
yeah, palming the
wow.
ball.
It was hard.
Nice.
So they didn't use because I know if it was me, they're gonna have to use some movie magic. I'd be like, y'all need to get some glue or some tape, some Velcro on here somehow. I mean, if Wolverine can pull some claws out, I'm sure y'all can help me get a ball in my hand. So help me out.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. How we did it. I'm not gonna say how we did it, but my mouth is
Okay.
He's like, I can't say anymore. I can't say anymore. That is so cool. That is so cool. So that's done. That's wrapped up. It's ready to be released. It's just waiting for its right time to be released. What else has been going on?
So obviously we weren't able to start officially filming the Embers. I've been having family members, friends call me, ask me, text me about when is the show coming out, and I have to continue to tell them, like, look, we barely didn't even get to start on it. We were barely all about to meet up and get it going and stuff like that, and then COVID happened, so it got pushed back. I'm going back to Dallas on July 10th. We started, me and my trainer, great guy. He's had my back since day one. He's helped me prepare since May 1st. We started hitting it 2 times a day. And then on June 1st, we started 3 times a day. So I'll wake up at 3 o'clock, go for a jog for about 30 minutes. And then at 5 o'clock, we'll do weight room stuff. So that's Monday through Friday. And that's till about 7 o'clock, 7:30. And then I've got my afternoon workouts, which is conditioning. So like whether it's swimming, whether it's out on the track, on the field, bleachers, anything.
Pop-Tart eating.
Yes. Yes.
Pop-Tart contest.
Pop-Tart contest.
I'm sorry, Robert. I'm sorry, bro.
So me and Kia Cantu, oh man, she's been my rock. She's been supporting me since this all started. She's really been helping me kind of keep my diet right in a way. Weekends don't count.
Weekends.
That's what I say too. That's what I say too. Weekends don't count.
Last Friday, I forgot what it was called, and we went downtown, and I just like lost my mind. I'll make up for this on Monday. I just had to.
That Whataburger was just too good to pass up, huh? You're like, oh gosh, need some Whataburger and some carne guisada.
I don't know. Oh yeah. Please, Whataburger.
Yeah.
What? Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Interview's over.
Done. Robert,
No,
so I wanted. So, do you mind me kind of telling people the little bit that I know about the Embers? Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, because I've been telling other friends ever since you came on, I've been telling everyone I can possibly tell. I'm like, when you hear about this show, you better pay attention to it because one of our guys is on there.
So, I think my director is watching right now, Tanner Tavar, bro.
Dang it!
Hey,
Tanner,
right.
I want to be safe. So,
Tanner, bro, everything that's gonna come with the Embers, bro, it's your baby. This is your project, bro, and you deserve everything that's coming with it, bro. So, yeah, there you go, brother. You can talk now. I just
well, and the little that I know about it, I'm just psyched up because I love superhero shows. So, for guys, you watching this, the Embers, what he's talking about, it's a superhero show that's going to be coming out on Hulu or was supposed to be coming out on Hulu this summer, but it'll come out when it comes out. Pay attention. Robert, as soon as you tell us when it comes out, we're gonna make sure we broadcast that and post that so everyone hears about it from our side.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
But Robert's character is the speedster on the show, and I'm super excited to see Robert, dude. I can't wait to see how they're gonna make that work out, how it's gonna look. I can't wait to see what your character's gonna be like. Super excited, man. I love the idea of a speedster. I love the idea of being able to meet you and see you in that role and be like, dude, I know that guy.
Right.
I know that guy.
Me and my agent, we have a plan. Once this show drops, brother, I'm gonna like do everything in my power to reach out to Marvel Studios and be like, yo, like, you got my on the show. Get me as somebody, man. Come on now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
totally, man.
Marvel, bro. Like, come on now.
Right.
You can use me.
Yeah, I'll be at phase 5, phase 6, wherever you need me.
Yeah, sign me up. Just sign me up. I'm ready.
The crazy thing, though, I mean, what I'm so excited about this show, and I feel like this is the biggest role that I've worked so hard for, is the fact that to have a African American male, and my twin sister, she's played by Raina. She's an incredible woman. You know, these two twins that are literally going to have each other's backs. I mean, it really says a lot, especially with what's going on right now. I feel like it's very good to have an African American lead, and in a show like that, a superhero genre that is not dying down. You know, Marvel Studios is killing it right now with their movies and with their TV shows, and
Yep.
Just to be a part of this and to be called Mark Hartford, or to be called Velocity, to be able to embark on this journey as a character and as an individual. I mean, I'm driven by it. Every time I go into a workout and I'm feeling tired, or when we're getting up at 3:30, I'm always like, you know what, like this, you're going to be on set doing your stunts. I don't want no stunt double. I'm doing all of my stunts. You know what I mean? So
Right.
to be able to put that work ethic in and have it pay off, I mean, really means a
But
lot.
the studio's like, no, you can't do that one. They're gonna be like, no. We need you to last the whole season. So no.
Hold up. They're like, hold up.
Falling out of the building, and they're like, hold on, get his stunt double in there. What is he
Right,
doing?
exactly.
You know, Robert, you touched on a great point there. So I don't know if I shared this with you last time or not, but I'm in a biracial marriage, and my children are biracial, and so they're Afro-Latinas, okay? And we crave medias where we can see strong African American leads, and you know, of both sexes. Like my oldest girl, she's just a huge fan, and like anytime she wants to watch movies with her favorite actors, like right now it's Michael B. Jordan, okay?
Of course it
That's
is.
who she
My
loves.
boy. Tell her we homies. Tell her. That's
Okay,
my boy.
but I can't wait till you come out, because I want to show her that. Like I like, and Sweetwater too. Like I can't wait for to come out. Like I mean, it's so hard. I can't explain it right because I'm just more emotion is spilling out here, man. But I am
He's
happy for you.
He's fangirling.
Like
Right.
it really is. Well, and it's not even fangirling on the whole thing, but like, man, you are doing something great, Robert. Like it is. I'm so thrilled and happy for you. I'm excited that you, as an African American man, are representing out there. You're getting on this stuff. You're gonna be out there. I cannot wait to show my kids and be like, look, that's Robert Spencer who was on the show, baby. He is following his dream. He is doing what he wanted to do, and he is setting out and he's busting his butt off to do it. And thank you, man. I appreciate you getting out there and doing that.
Yeah.
I would like to say something to your daughters, if I may, brother.
Absolutely.
Y'all go for the stars. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to be by y'all side for a certain amount of time, and then you're going to find out who the real ones are. Hold on to the real ones and hold on to that goal. Don't ever think when somebody tells you like, oh, you can't do that. That's too far away. You really think you're going to become a doctor in 5 years? Don't listen to any of that. Go with your gut, go with your brain, go with your heart, and mainly go with your soul. Whatever, all those things together, if all those things tell you one main thing, go with it and work for it. Because y'all are gonna lead us soon. You know, y'all are growing up into strong, amazing women, and y'all are gonna do great things. So thank you, brother. Thank y'all.
Nice.
I might have to go for a minute, guys. So
So Robert, I know because now he's speechless, so I have to talk. So, so thank you for that. I appreciate it very much. I know you were you had mentioned that you were auditioning for something else. I know there's one that's coming up, but there was something else that you had auditioned for prior. I think it was some MTV show, right?
Yep. It is a show that's going to be it's going to have the producers from the real world. They're going to be on set, and it's going to be a family show. So I'll get to go to Orlando in the fall and be there for about 3 months.
That's awesome.
I don't know, brother. I'm a guy from Lubbock, Texas. I grew up on the South Side.
South Side.
And I'm just, I've always wanted to travel the world, and it's just a huge honor to just be able to even go over there and do these things. So,
how many projects are you working on right now, Robert?
I am lined up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 big projects.
Oh wow!
I'm in talks of I'm saying it on air right now because I'm trying to get my agent to really push it. I'm trying to sign. I'm trying to sign a deal with.
Put them out there.
I'm trying to sign a deal with Subway, just to be a part of their advertising.
Nice.
So we're cooking. So Subway, hey, I'm here. Look, I'm already in shape.
Subway, you better call Robert.
Right.
But yeah, I have 7 big projects this year and for next year, and then commercials and stuff on the side. Photo shoots with my boy Joe. I'm just waiting for we can.
Right.
But yeah.
Man, Robert, how did I know we talked about it a little bit on the first episode, but when we left that episode, I went to talk to a couple friends because I was like, how do you really get started in the business? How do you get started to really, if I'm looking at my daughters, let's just say I have a 10 and a 12-year-old, okay? And if one of them was interested in wanting to do something in acting or, some sort of performances, like, how do you tell them what to do, what to get started in, how to get there? What is your take on the practicals?
So there's 2 options really. You can either start with an agency. I was thankful enough to find Anderson Model and Talent Agency. They work very closely with Joe. It's run by Cheryl Anderson, and they book you for what's called the Mike Beatty Expo. You start taking classes, and then if you audition for it, and if you pass it, you're able to go to Mike Beatty Expo. But the only thing about that is that you have to pay out of pocket for agencies. The second option, which is a little bit longer, is saving up money and traveling, going to different places. So for Texas, not just Texas, but New Mexico, going to Dallas, going to Houston, going to Austin. Austin has the most film work, even more than Dallas.
Really?
And yes. And then Albuquerque, which is Albuquerque, New Mexico, they have the biggest Netflix kind of facility there.
Huh.
Like a studio, like a Netflix studio.
Like a Netflix studio, yes.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that either.
And they have open calls and open castings and stuff like that. It's basically right.
But you gotta be ready to go when they do that. You're like, I need to go to Albuquerque here.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just find an agency. If you can't find an agency, then start reaching out to people that may know. But an agency is probably the main thing to do, unless you're just built into the industry right away because of a relative or somebody like that. But a lot of times people that really don't know how to get into it, that's how they don't know. That's why they don't know why, because they don't know where to start. Yeah. Look for casting calls online, sign up. There's casting calls there's casting call agencies. It's different from actual agencies that you can sign up for. You pay like $10 a month or $5 a month, whatever it is, and you get casting calls. And you can start out as an extra. Extras get paid $500 a day.
Wow.
For real? Sandy, we're in the wrong
Five-
business.
I know. Joe, where's our 500?
Right, exactly.
I'm an extra.
I mean, and that's whenever I came back from California with 13 Reasons Why.
He just drops that. He just drops that.
Yeah.
You
In
know,
case y'all
when I
missed that,
came
he was
back
in-
from California with that one show, 13 Reasons Why.
No, just being over there, I got to meet a lot of very blessed people. I got to meet my agent that I have now. I'm no longer with the agency. You know, just
Graduated
being
from there, huh?
yes, thankfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just the way to go. Just to find your source and stick with that source and start branching out, start traveling all sorts of places.
So one question that you make me think of for our viewers who may be wondering about this too, because I know we all are. So when you say like go look for casting calls, I don't imagine you mean Craigslist, right?
Oh my gosh, we're on the same thing. I'm
Right,
like, no,
Sandy?
No. Don't ever answer those.
Okay, good.
Well, and here's the deal. There was an incident where this guy was putting stuff on Craigslist here in town. I don't know if y'all remember that.
I saw that.
And he was and he was trying to meet him at the South Plains Mall in the restroom.
Yeah. He's a
And-
That's where
loser.
the casting call was.
And the mom took her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's man, it's so
Yes.
bad. So yeah, none of them are reputable because photographers, like the male photographers, try that stuff and it's not reputable at all. So don't ever answer anything in Craigslist. It's just
Mom, do not let your children.
A real casting call is going to be it's going to be like, okay, this is the roles that we're looking at. These are the roles that need to be filled. They're going to ask for your basic information, not like your whole like, oh, what's your what bra size are you, or those personal questions. They're going to ask like the important questions, like let's get your email, let's get your height, let's get your weight. We'll check your body measurements later once you get casted. They're going to be very important and respectful information.
And in
So
a
kinda
public place, right?
Yes.
So it's going to
And
be. Go ahead, Robert. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's just weird that somebody would even put out there, oh, it's in the restroom. Casting calls aren't even. That's not. Why would not? That doesn't make any sense. Like an audition in a restroom, and auditions are basically held at, like Texas Tech when they have their theater auditions. It's right there next to the football facility, right there next to the stadium. Casting or auditions are going to take place in a big environment where other people are around,
right.
because other people are auditioning as well. So just for viewers that are trying to get into the industry, you'll know when it's bogus. Anytime you go to an audition, if you're 18 and under, always take a parent with you or somebody with you. Even if you're over 18 and you're not comfortable, always take somebody with you.
Yeah, you should
because
always,
there are a lot of people out there.
So Robert, what is you said something like kind of the bare, they're going to ask for the basics and stuff, but it made me think, what would you consider a basics package for someone who wanted to start doing this? What are some basic things that they can do? And when I say basic, I don't mean just like, walking down the stairs kind of thing, but I mean like, what are some things that, obviously you're going to have to put some money into something if you're going to want to do this legit. So what's a basic package you think?
Okay, so for starters, for somebody that has never done acting before, get with an agency. I promise you that the money is going to be worth it. Paying it's going to be a chunk full. It's $2,500 just to go to the expo. So save up on money. Once you get to about $3,000 or more, maybe even $2,000, start booking photo shoots. Joe, he's, like I said, the best photographer here in Lubbock. Go with him.
Robert, how much did he pay you? I'm just curious. You don't have to answer.
So probably the money was falling out of my pockets. Okay, nobody saw that. So, but just find a photographer that is reliable and gives you good photos. Put a portfolio together and start building your way up. Now, for somebody that is in the industry already, but is having a problem, like when I first started my first 6 to 8 months, I was only booked like 2 or 3 commercials, and I was getting very anxious, over anxious. I was like, I want to get going now. I want to get going now. And I didn't realize that the expo was only a couple months away. I didn't save up right. And my agent, Cheryl Anderson, she was able to help me go to the expo. That's the first time I've ever admitted that. So save up right, because you get into an industry like this and you're going to become very heartbroken when you find out that you literally got to pay this money or you can't go. You literally got to memorize your monologues, because when you get on stage at the expo, or when you get on set and you don't memorize your monologues,
you're just wasting everybody's time.
Exactly. And they're going to be pick this person. So package overall is just save up on money, sign with an agency, find a photographer, start building your portfolio, start getting that resume out, start getting out to people, and it will all together.
Robert, let me tell you something real quick. Here's a little something for you. I think that might help you out. Okay, might help you out in your agent. Listen to me just for a minute here. So you're gonna do the Embers here soon, right? Okay, great. I hope you were talking about Marvel earlier. There's it used to be called an indie comic book company called Image Comics. Okay, and back in '91 they produced this cool character whose name is Spawn. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
Of course, Michael J. White played him. You're talking about him?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, for a long time there was Todd McFarlane is the guy who created this character, right? His alter ego is Al Simmons and Michael J. White. Yeah, so he's another black character in the comic books, which we don't see too many of those, right? But they're looking to make a new movie. And he is shopping around to different companies because he wants the movie made the way he wants, rated R, with all the gory. The thing is, he wants it to be, Spawn is going to be like what Jaws was in the original Jaws movies. That's what he wants Spawn to be in these new movies, something that's more elusive and in the background, that's a backseat. But when he takes the screen, he's large and in charge.
Of course.
I'm just saying, maybe you tell your guys to call Todd, see what they're doing, see who they're looking for, and maybe...
What is his last name? I'm legit about to jump on this. Like, y'all don't even know.
I'm McFarlane, and I'll message it to you after the show. But Todd McFarlane, and you can just put in Spawn creator. He draws it and he writes the stories, and he's also written the screenplay for the movie.
Yeah, because the original Spawn that he's talking about, it didn't go over well with critics, and it didn't go over well with the comic book people either. And so that's why McFarlane is wanting to go back and do it the right way. So,
although John Leguizamo and Michael J. White did great in the movies,
right?
Just wasn't really.
Yeah, just the storytelling wasn't really all of that. It kind of had those.
Yeah, it was really watered down.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I want to throw that in your ear and make sure you, because if they're still looking around from what I thought they were, then you should. Yeah.
So, hey, Angela, if you're watching, I'm going to shoot you a text. We're going to get on it quick.
Nice. So you have another thing that you're about to audition for that's kind of a big deal for us.
Look, audience, everybody, I'm going to probably start crying, so do not laugh.
That's okay. Jamie was crying earlier, so that's fine.
I was. Just own it, man. Just own it.
I'm a huge Stranger Things fan, and
oh my gosh,
my agent, she is just incredible, and she sends me those casting calls every single morning. And we got that casting call like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, look, like whatever you need to do, please. Like I will drive to Albuquerque and stay for however long I need to. Like just please get me in. And you know, I got the call from her the other day that casting call for season 4. Because I mean, I can admit it, I'm not going to be a main character. I'm going for a smaller role there because the cast has already filmed a large portion of the show at the beginning of the year, at the top of the year before COVID happened. But COVID pushing it back, I think that was like a blessing in disguise because now they're going to resume filming some scenes in Albuquerque. So, you know, Albuquerque Studios, we got in touch with Albuquerque Studios, and Carmen Cuba, the casting director for the show, reached out to my agent and we booked it. We booked an audition.
That's so awesome. I just want to say that one day. Yeah, my agent booked me. my agent was calling me or texting me about this. Yeah, that's
man. My oldest daughter is watching that show. She's gonna flip. I'm gonna have her watch this episode of our show. She's gonna flip.
So I don't know. I'm just kind of still in shock. It's not until next Tuesday. I'll do a video audition next Tuesday, and then they'll give me a call back either at the end of the night or early Wednesday morning. And if I got it, then I have to go to Albuquerque, and they pay for flight, they pay for hotel. So I'm like, I needed my foot in the door. That's it. I can do the rest. So, you know,
that is so awesome.
So, Robert, I'm sorry, I must have zoned out there for a minute because I thought you said you want to practice here right now. Is that what you said? Oh, okay. I was just wondering. I thought maybe it was just wishful thinking.
I don't think. Does the audience want me to do a little?
Let me listen over here real quick and see what they say because
he's got a prepared monologue because they all have a prepared monologue.
And it looks like they're saying yes.
Yes. Yeah, I think
so
right
too. There. Look, it says it right here. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna step off real quick because I literally have to transition.
Yeah,
y'all gonna see it. Y'all ready?
Totally. We're gonna mute our mics when you come back on. Okay, Robert. Okay. Guys, you be ready to mute your mics, okay? Because
you mute your mic.
I'm gonna put him. Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna put him on the screen like this.
I can only do 20 seconds of it, but it's fine.
That's plenty.
That's fine.
That's plenty. Oh snap!
Here we go.
Okay.
So this is it. This is how we're going to get it done. We either go that way or we go this way. We can't go both ways. That's impossible. So for it to happen, we got to choose a path because out of you and out of me, I'm going that way. Why that way? Because that's the successful way. That's the hard way. I'm not trying to go down the hard way. If I go down the hard way, who knows what happens? I'm done.
Nice.
Dude, that was awesome. Man, I love that. I love how you're like, I need to go off screen and I need to compose myself and get myself in the zone.
I mean, I could have done it here and just been like, but
oh snap!
Because I'm telling you, this show, if I God willing, if I get casted for this show, I'm going off of my diet. I'm gonna go celebrate. Yeah. It's just,
that's cool. So do you whenever you go to
Mama said get it, son.
Yeah. Whenever you go to audition, do you they give you lines right away or do you have to actually use your monologue that you have prepared?
So they'll there's two ways. They'll either send a monologue script through email and I'll have to memorize it, or there's a lot of times where you just show up to the audition and they already have a monologues picked out, and so you get the monologue. They give you 10 minutes to look over it. Sometimes it doesn't have to be memorized, but the bigger studios, those are the ones that are just when I auditioned for the Embers, he sent it to me. Through email. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tanner, if you're seeing this. I think it was like 2 days, I think it was like 2 days that I, was able to go over it. And then when you're sending a self tape, meaning like you're not doing an audition in front of everybody, you're doing a self tape. So like basically, like I'd be here, somebody would be recording I'd have memorized the scene that they had me auditioning for, and you're just citing it out to them. You're literally in the scene. So yeah.
You know what, Robert? When you say that, man, it's like we're doing almost the same thing, I feel like. Let me just tell you, like, sitting here, I have to put myself in a special zone myself, and I have to stare at the lens. And it's weird because I'm in a room by myself down here in the basement, right? And I'm looking at this little camera, and I have to remember that this represents all of our viewers, all the worldwide viewers out there, and the ones in the future too. And Joe, Sandy, and I are just trying to connect with them like this. And so I feel you, man. I get what you're saying. I hear what you're putting down.
Brother, you should do a comedian role because you are killing it.
Oh, don't put those ideas in his head.
Robert, I knew it.
Don't put those ideas
It's on
in his
camera.
head.
It's on camera. Man, I can't wait to show my wife. Dr. Pineapples is going to be like, oh, gosh. She's going to call you, Robert. She's going to be like, what? Can you got to tell him something else? Nope.
Right,
So-
get it on.
We are good. We are good, man.
So you're about to go back to Dallas in July,
Yes.
and then that will start the Ember shooting. And then
Yes.
so you got these other little projects, so you have to time them out just right, or your agent helps you time that out, or do you have a business manager now, or how does that?
I have a business manager and an agent. Oh, obviously, I just literally just talked about it for the past 45 minutes. What are you thinking? Anyways, so yeah, they really helped me branch it out because you never want two projects to overlap.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't want to do that yet until like I'm on like The Rock's level or Michael B. Jordan's level. I want to get to that point to where I can at least do like 4 or 5 projects movie wise, like in theaters a year, and then take like a year off. But
Yeah, me too. Me too. I totally understand.
I've got the Embers. Then I go to Orlando for the MTV show, and then I come home. I want to say for about 3 months, and then I go to South America and I film a military role called Bounty. I'm the lead role in that. That's probably going to be, besides the Embers, one of my favorite projects too, because I'll be able to start prepping with guns and with weapons and going out to the range every day and shooting and doing.
Make sure you do
actions.
that, because I'm going to tell you, watching like John Wick and the way that Keanu prepared for his roles in those shows, man, it's just amazing. If the John Wick shows and the way that he does it, it's just so awesome. So yeah, go all out for that, man, because you can definitely tell. And you watch the reviews, like military review of John Wick, and they're like, wow, he really put some work into to make it that realistic.
The one person that I've really been watching, and I mean, he had a successful movie come out this spring, Extraction.
That's on
Chris
Netflix, isn't it?
Yes.
I heard it. I've seen I know what you're talking about. I haven't watched it, but I've seen the trailer.
So y'all should. It is amazing. It already got passed for us it got picked up for a second movie.
Really?
And it got picked up for a second movie within like the first like month after it came out. So Chris Hemsworth is a guy that I really study a lot, because he does all of his fighting stunts. And they showed a choreography, a rehearsal of him doing a scene with his gun. So he like had a gun and he was shooting it. He drops it. Well, when he drops it, turns out he had a knife in his hand. So he caught the knife with his other hand and like started just,
Going down. Huh?
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I'm really into, because this role, Bounty, being able to read the whole script and and knowing I'm coming in as the lead, I know there's a lot of pressure coming with that. Not just that, but it's my first actual action lead role. So I want to be able to deliver on all levels. So
Yeah, and you need to start working out because you're looking a little small there. So I'm just gonna say, I don't know what you're doing, but obviously it's not working. Kia, make sure that he needs to lay off the Pop Tarts because
you're making him struggle with that.
Look,
and I don't know how much you've been eating of this stuff either.
Look what he's got here. Oh my god.
Sorry, I forgot mine.
First time ever in the Abby household.
Yeah, I was like, I need to make some spam breakfast, and I know that Robert loves spam.
Hey, Grandma, whenever I get done with this, I gotta go to the store and get some spam. No, so this for the Embers, okay, so think about this. So you don't want a speedster to go in looking like he's a freaking bodybuilder and he's super speed. Like me and Tanner talked about how we wanted velocity to look, and so I had to slim a lot. I've been slimming a lot.
Yeah, you gotta be lean.
Me too.
Yes, very, very lean. It's crucial.
It's crucial. Man, Robert, I'm so glad to have you back on the show. It's just amazing to hear your story. And again, whenever you're ready to take us to your beach house, we're all in. So
yeah,
I'm telling you, it's on. I'm saving up as we speak, and I've got a lot of things in store. So I'm gonna let you know.
That's so cool, man. That's so cool. That'll be awesome. And we can make it a business trip because I can update your headshots there. So, you know.
Speaking of that, Joe, when are you opening up your studio?
Oh, well, it's actually been opened back up. So we'll be in touch.
Oh my God.
You didn't tell him, Joe? You didn't tell him?
He didn't ask.
I think he was waiting, so I'm just going to give him that. It's fine.
Right.
You're so nice, Robert. Robert, there's been so let me, for our guests who've been here for us, you guys have been commenting like crazy. Robert, your mom's been commenting. I haven't been putting her messages up there, and it's not because I didn't want to, but Robert, you just been, there's a lot of stuff going on, and but your mom is totally
your number one fan.
Yeah, you're absolutely.
She's my rock. That I love her so much. I mean, without this wouldn't even be possible without her because she's my mom. She gave birth to me. So I love you, Mom, so much. I can't wait to see you next week when you come down. So
she's mentioned several times. She's like, make sure you keep eating your Wheaties too. So
right.
Mom, I don't like Wheaties. Why are you telling everybody that?
Kia has responded. She keeps telling us, she goes, you don't get any of the Pop-Tarts. Those are all for her. So sorry for you.
Look, I'm calling you as soon as I get off, Kia. Like, I got to call a bunch of people, but you're going to be the first one because we're not doing this.
Anyway, there's been lots. So you've been commenting. Y'all been here supporting Robert, and I know he'll go back and read the comments because they are grand, actually, and it's beautiful to see everyone supporting you. Mom even said Grandma was in the room with her watching you. So I think that was your mom who said that earlier. Maybe I have it wrong, but anyhow,
yeah.
Someone said that your grandma was around watching also with you. Right. So
I love you, Grandma. I know.
She's in the house.
She's in the next room. There you go. Okay, awesome. Well, man, are we already down?
Yeah, it's that time. Yeah.
53 minutes. Crazy. Robert. So listen, I was going to try to go back and listen to what we had you do last time, but I don't remember. So we always ask our guests, man, and we're going to do the same thing again. So I'm going to give you a time here to basically plug anything you want to everyone who's watching right now, and the screen is all yours. Okay?
Okay, thank you. I kind of almost got shook up. Thank y'all. Just everybody that supported me. Thank you so much. Being from Lubbock, like I said, growing up on the South Side, chasing football acting wasn't even in my mind. And now to pursue it, I just want to say thank you to everybody that supported me, even to the people that are doubting me every single day. I'm going to continue to prove y'all wrong because
Those haters.
y'all are not with me every single day. And I'm telling you, like, it's going to continue to pay off, God willing. And something that's very important to me right now is that we all need to be unified. With all the stuff that's going on right now, COVID, the protests, just everything in general. Hug your loved ones, love your loved ones, be with your loved ones, and don't burn any bad bridges. You know what I mean? Or don't burn bridges with the right kind of people. But just, yeah. That's about it. I'm gonna start crying, and
I feel you, man. I appreciate the message very much. So, our last question to you, Robert, before we let you go, is going to be: we always, as you know from the beginning, we love to ask our guests for a topic for a future episode. And so, keeping up with tradition, do you have a topic that you'd like the three of us to cover for a future episode?
Let me see. Pancakes or waffles?
Oh, that's a good one.
All the above. All the above. That's awesome.
Thank y'all so much for just bringing me on the show and to be able to come on here and talk. And I mean, I'm very thankful. Thank you.
Well, Robert, thank you for all the updates. It's going to be so exciting to keep up with you and follow you. And man, I know we talked a little bit about your workouts, but I'm not envious. Not
right, exactly. Yeah, you definitely put in some work there.
Yeah.
You make me tired. Yeah. I'm just watching it.
Matt, Robert, thanks for the special shout out for my daughters. I can't wait to show them this tomorrow, and I know that they're gonna be excited to see it. So, thank you, man. Okay.
Of course.
I appreciate it, brother. So, you have a good night. Okay.
Good night, Robert. Thank you.
Thanks, Robert. We'll talk to you soon.
Robert.
Have a good night.
All right. Robert just kills it every time.
I know. He's so awesome, so sweet, and just busy. I'm like, how many hours do you have in your day?
Right?
I don't have enough.
And you know what's cool about that is like that's like my image when I think of people who really are striving to be successful is like they bust tail, and hearing him talk is like, there you go. See.
Yeah, and they have like they don't care about the haters, they don't care, and they really care about the people that support them. But they're like, hey, the haters drive them. I think sometimes haters drive them even more than the people that support them.
I agree.
Right.
It's like
there's nothing like being told you can't do something. You're like, what?
Right,
Challenge
exactly.
accepted.
Yeah, how many times have we heard that from our guests? Like, someone told me we couldn't do it, or that I wasn't going to mount to this, and then they just boom, like in your face.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
or they were like, I was just fed up with doing what was already done. Or, I was thinking about like the doc, for example. He was doing that work in the oil field, and he was like, I'm just bored doing this. I don't really want to do something.
Right.
The man decides, I guess I'll go to medical school.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
And that's a big old brain right there. I'm like,
right. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Or like when Elizabeth, somebody told her that she can't be a weightlifter or compete in a competition, and she just like won her first show
and her
first
second
and
one,
second
right?
show. Yeah.
Good night. She's carrying the Super Bowl of
right.
What is it called? I can't remember what she called that.
Haterade, basically.
No. The Super Bowl card of wrestling.
Oh, yeah, IFBB Pro. I don't know her Pro card.
Okay. Her Pro card. That's what it was.
Yeah, she got a Pro card.
But and all of these that we have, and also Joyce, the hairstylist. She worked how many jobs, and she went to school, and but now she has her own salon. I mean, this is the thing. If you want something, you got to work for it. Like everybody here that's been on our show has worked their tail off to get to where they're at and to get everything that they've done. So, I mean, such positive messages. I love it.
Right. And they weren't just given. It wasn't just given to them.
No.
None of them said it was just given to them.
Nobody that we've had on has been gifted anything.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, even thinking about Mark with his magic cards. I know they're magic cards, but the man busted his tail off to find the cars and to research whatever he's needed to.
Right.
Now it's funding an adoption from
That's
a
what I was going to say.
country.
And his passion is funding an adoption. He's saving a life with the passion that he has for cards.
Right.
Yeah. And we think it's silly, but it's legit. I mean, guys, and just to give you a little one, that one was he told us one of his cars. I don't know if it's the one that he had, but one of the cars that he's had could sell for up to $40,000.
See, and at first you think it's silly, but when you see something that's valued that much, you're like, oh, I'm silly for not having one.
Right, exactly. It's like, why didn't I think of that? Right,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
so guys, tonight, if you could, go ahead, Joe.
No, I'm just saying that everybody, like Maddie, they put in their work, and you can see it in what they've accomplished already in their lives and stuff like that. So it's really, that's what we're looking for the show, and that's what we like having these guests that come on and to hopefully inspire someone else out there. So
right,
like I'm inspired, but
yeah, that's what we said. We want them inspire our audience, not necessarily us.
Right.
Like
I'm inspired, and I hope it moves on to y'all.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I can't wait to rewatch this, guys, because I tell you, Robert definitely moved me. I can't tell you how encouraging hearing his story again is. Just golly.
Right. Yeah, and just in the short time too of what has happened to him, even though there was things going on, he was still managed to be kicking butt. So
Yep. So
it's
work,
crazy.
guys. If you want to do something, work.
If you want something, go out and work for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And every now and then throw in a nap. I'm cool with that.
All right. So, guys, listen up real quick. Tomorrow night, thank you, Robert. I appreciate him being on the show tonight. Tomorrow night, we're going to come back at you with, did we figure it out?
Tres Fridays.
Tres
Leches Fridays.
Tres Ingredients Friday.
No, we haven't. Basically, it's Tres something Friday. So, remember, you're going to get covered with Food Friday. You're going to get Freaky Friday, and you're going to get a
flashback.
Okay, Flashback Friday tomorrow.
Yeah.
We each are going to take a topic, and you're going to get a little bit something.
I'm keeping flashback. I'm keeping flashback.
I'm doing food Friday tomorrow.
I've got a freaky topic for you guys.
Yeah. So
okay, and then keep on the horizon. We've got 7 Dimensions of Wellness miniseries that we're going to be bringing out. We'll post something up so you guys can understand a little bit better what we're going to do when we talk about that. And Monday, we've got a fun thing we're going to be doing for our Monday catch-up. So stay tuned tomorrow to hear about what that's going to be about.
Yeah, I'd like to know that too.
It's so fun that Joe and I raised our eyebrows. That's how much fun it's going to be.
Right, exactly.
Oh, and last thing, I'm going to probably remind this a few more times. Don't forget your father for Father's Day, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And exactly. Get those gifts already. What?
You bet. Yeah. I was saying help, Alex, Cade, better help the assistant. Dad,
I've already got 2 things.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Well,
guys, look at that. So, as usual,
remember to wash your hands
for 20 seconds.
You filthy animals.
Good night, guys.
Good night,
everyone.
That was our dramatic. That was our dramatic outro.
Yeah, because
dramatic. Did you notice that we put a little pause in it before?
That's true.
Because we got that from Robert.
Thank you, Robert, for inspiring that.
Watching his monologue like that inspired
we were in the
me.
zone there. We had to bring it tonight.
That's exactly like
we'll work on that one though.
Yes, and remember, we're going to do our song tomorrow too, right? Sandy?